Hi folks, this is Ryan from ORS Racks Direct. This is a Yakima HoldUp bike carrier. It's designed for 2-inch receiver hitches, as we've got mounted it on this truck here. They also have a 1-inch, 1.25-inch version available as well. So if you're looking to get a hitch rack, make sure you know which size hitch you have, 1.25 or 2-inch, and then you can get the appropriate rack. The 2-inch rack HoldUp does have the ability to add an extension on. This will carry 2 bikes. You can add the what's called the Plus 2 add-on for 2 extra bikes for a total of 4. I'll show you how it works. Right now we've got it in the sort of upright and stowed away position, which is a nice feature. You know, when you're not using it, you can tilt it up and sort of get it out of the way of the rear of your vehicle. So you'll have an easier time parallel parking and stuff like that. But when you're ready to use it, what you need to do, it's got a little cotter pin on this pin down here. You pull this out, lower the rack down, and then pop this pin back in. And it's a good, it's a good safety feature. Take that cotter pin and pop it back into place there. There we go. Now to load the bikes, you just kind of need to open up the rack. And these are all the parts to it. So you've got sort of a front wheel tray here, and a rear wheel tray, and then a locking arm. This can accommodate pretty much any bike you've got, as long as there's 2 wheels. Smaller kids' bikes, adult bikes, road bikes, mountain bikes, doesn't matter how wide the tire is, doesn't matter how big the wheel is, they're going to fit. This rear wheel will pivot to fit a bigger wheel diameter or a smaller wheel diameter, as well as different wheel bases. So it's pretty universal across the board. Now, once it's ready, open up that rear wheel strap here, and we're ready to load a bike. So front wheel goes in here in the front, just like that. And again, this can kind of pivot to fit the shape needed. Bring this arm up, and then you drop down the slacking jaw onto the front tire. And that's going to really cinch it down into place. And then, of course, you would throw on the rear wheel strap there. And you're good to go. Now, as far as lockability goes, it does come with a locking cable. It's called the Yakima Deadlock. And it'll lock your bike to the rack, but it'll also lock the rack to the hitch pin. This little locking cap here is going to fit onto the end of the hitch pin itself and lock it into place. But to lock the bike, you basically just run the cable through the frame, and you can, if you want, grab the front wheel as well. And once the outside bike is locked, running the cable through the other bikes means that they're all going to be locked. And so once you've got that taken care of, you just take this end cap here, this locking cap, and you click it on to the hitch pin. And now you've locked the rack itself and the bike to the rack. And let's see, anything else I can tell you about this rack? The final feature, which is true across the board of all Yakima bike carriers, this little end cap here is actually a bottle opener. So there you go. Oh, and one other thing. This is a really stable rack. They've redesigned the tongue, and it really eliminates the wobble that is pretty common with hitch racks. So it's a super rugged, super stable bike carrier, and as you can see, super easy to load.